Well, welcome, girls. This is episode 13, is it? Or 14?
I'm not sure, they're escaping me. We've done a lot now.
Jules, what is it? What episode?
Don't even know your episode.
I don't keep up.
This is, you know what we don't know?
Content.
It's going so good.
It doesn't feel like
And
a
we're
job.
just enjoying it.
That's good.
That's what it's like. Yeah. Have you listened to any of ours?
No.
That's,
Yeah, I
have you?
yeah.
Just because I don't.
Be honest.
No, I have. I've listened to a few, like a little bit of a few of them, yeah.
Oh, good.
Alright.
You know what's funny? I was watching the early episodes of Seinfeld because they've done 10 seasons.
Yeah.
And there's another one called Curb Your Enthusiasm by Larry David. And I watched the first 2 seasons, but I also watched the last couple of seasons. Mate, the first 2 seasons were shit.
Yeah.
So I go, you know what, even if we're not that good at the start, we're just going to get better.
So I thought we'd bring these girls in today in the early episodes.
In the early episodes while we're still...
Yeah, well, they're average still.
Yeah, are they awake this morning? Because yesterday
Girls are up, had some coffee, Sunday morning in Coogee.
Oxy-shred.
Yeah.
Oxy-shred, excited to train, thought we'll get them in while they're down in Sydney, get them on a podcast for Time, Muscle and Mind. There's obviously a lot of insights that these 2 girls will be able to share with our community about their own brands, you know, being leaders in the fitness industry, being very successful with the WBFF as well for a lot of girls out there wanting to compete. So we thought we'd get them in, pick their brains a little bit before their workout and see what they have
Just
to share.
quickly, my wife's a big fan of both yours.
Aww.
Oh, that's so
She was
nice.
shy out there, eh?
Oh,
No, I love
so
Susie.
shy. We love
No, she
Susie.
said to me, I go, what do you think of these 2 girls? I'd like to know, you
Yeah.
know. Because she might say she doesn't like you guys. But no, she didn't say that. But she goes, I'm a big fan of both the girls,
Aww.
Oh, that's so
which
nice.
is good, yeah. Jazz, you're a big fan of the girls?
Yeah.
Okay, she's shy.
For the guys listening out there, make sure you jump onto Instagram now and have a look at the girls, Emma Dillon and Rachel Dillon. What are their handles? WBFF PRO at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a search, get familiar. We're going to take you through their journey today and share some insights about what they've done. But girls, do you want to give yourself a little introduction? They're down from Townsville, which is a very exciting part of Australia.
Go the Cowboys! Go the Cowboys!
Super exciting. But why don't you tell the guys kind of how'd you get started? How'd you both get into fitness?
Well, hello guys. I'm Rachel and this is my sister Emma. We are 3 years apart and we've been running our business Bodies by Rachel since the end of 2014. How did we get started? To be honest, well, I'll let Emma talk more about herself, but she was a lawyer for 3 years. And I was actually studying business and marketing at university, but I had a really strong passion for health and fitness. And back, this was about 4 years ago, being a personal trainer wasn't exactly, a very, I guess, as common job. So when I told my parents that's what I wanted to do, they were sort of a bit, no, you need to go to university. That's how they were sort of raised, get a degree, etc. So I decided, all right, I'll do that, but I'm going to also do personal training. So I did it on the side and I started my business. I started down the back of a small little gym with about 3 one-on-one clients. I remember my first shift, I cried because I was so nervous to go in. Anyway, I started training these girls and I was getting really good results because pretty much I was just doing what I was doing with myself with these girls, nutrition, training. And then the demand started to get really, really high and all these girls wanted to train with me, and obviously I was still at university, I had limited spots, so I designed what we called Bodies by Rachel Hit Camps, which started at 35 girls, and within a year I was training 200 girls in my town locally, which is when Emma then decided to get a little bit more involved with the business and has always loved health and fitness, but again, she was a lawyer. Like it's people look at that. Yeah, it's a big decision, but she decided it took a while, so she juggled both for a while, and then she decided, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet. And
People think you're crazy when you say you're going to leave a secure job it's guaranteed, it's in guaranteed income, you've worked 4 years at university for it, it's very highly thought of, all those sort of stereotypes, to leave and go into your sister's business that's only just started. It was there was no guarantees, there was no guaranteed income, there was no guaranteed anything, and it was sort of like, everyone was like, well, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? You've just spent all this time at uni. And I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I'm going to do this. And I sat down with Rach and she's like, I think we can do it. I think you should definitely make the move. And I said, all right, I'm going to give myself 12 months. And that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah. So now it's
Never
me,
that.
Emma, and then my 2 best friends also work for me full time now. So it's a very close-knit group, and they've all been there since day one, since I started. And now we train thousands of girls worldwide online, and have an amazing business that we love. You know, we get to live the dream, what we call our dream, every single day, because we both decided to, you know, take a risk, which is always, you know, this, I guess, the scariest thing. Don't get me wrong, we had several failures. You know, lost a lot of money here trying to do certain things. There's been some freaking tears. There's been some fights.
Like between the two of you?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's been fights.
Yeah, we can have a decent fight. Not often, but
Yeah.
How long does it last?
we know we'll forgive each other, so
Who
we
usually
sort of go
wins?
hard out.
Well,
Who wins, yeah.
I'm going to say
we usually take it. We usually put the boxing mitts on. That sorts it
I
out.
guess the law degree and doing law.
Oh yeah,
that's a
she's
lot,
fierce.
huh?
She's fierce.
She's fierce,
Yeah, so she's quite small, but guys.
Gotta watch out for
Yeah,
people.
these are the ones. When was our last fight? It's been a while.
It's been
I
a while.
gotta say.
Honestly, we're sort of at the point now where we don't. Our fights aren't fights. They're like it'll be over something minute. Like you left your dish out. It'll like
business wise, we don't really fight. It's sort of, I don't know. You have to sort of come to, and this is what I actually had a business meeting with our group the other day, and I just sort of said, you know, you've really got to take your emotions out of the business. Like, this is business, this is our friendship. They can't be the same. Obviously, we care and love each other, but as soon as they start getting mixed up, emotion, sensitivity, we're all females, it's bad. So we really had to sit down and like tell each other how we felt and really distinguish the difference between something being business and something being you know, friendship. Because my big thing is, if there's a problem, solution, move forward. Whereas
you can't let it fester.
yeah.
Is being like sisters, has that helped the business? And like,
Oh yeah.
and because of that, like, tell us one of your biggest challenges that you've had to overcome.
I reckon there's definitely so many more pros and cons. In saying that, I put it down to my parents and how we've been raised.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of people, they could not work, compete,
family.
you know, all that with their sister. However, we've been raised always to love and support each other no matter what. And as I said, no one cares, you know, to me it's our business, but no one's going to care more, even though I started it for a business, than your sister, you know.
Yeah.
So our biggest challenge is,
Honestly, it's examples like our biggest challenge is almost dealing with other people. Like even going into worlds, the biggest question we got all the time is, oh my god, like what if one wins and the other one doesn't? Like really negative questions towards someone being successful. When, like, in all honesty, if one person's going to beat me, I want that to be Rachel. Like, out of anyone in the entire world. Because if someone else is going to get that success, I would 110% want it to be her. So it's like, I guess dealing with other people's negative outlook on it.
but that's just society. I
Yeah.
mean, like, and again, I think I put it down to my parents is, I look at that situation, and if I was an outsider looking in, I would look at that and say, how awesome that two sisters can go on a journey together, prep together, support each other. You know, what an awesome thing to follow. Whereas this is just the world for you. So many people look at that as a negative, or they want to fish something out of you, and it's like, we just give them nothing. Like, do you know
It's
what I
interesting
mean?
because like I grew up in the business with my brother, same as you girls, so I can totally understand that. And my mum and dad brought us up the same. But it's funny, not all businesses work like that.
No.
Like not many siblings get along where businesses work like that. So getting that insight from you guys is very interesting about that. Do you guys, obviously that plays a major part, then do you guys, with the decision making going forward, does that help having that close bond as well?
Yeah.
Because we can be honest with each other, I feel. And at the end of the day, it's just, we've just sort of like, this is when Rachel calls the shots, this is when Emma calls the shots. Like, you know, you just really got to, we've just come to a mutual agreement that like, we don't get on our high horse. There's not, like, it doesn't mean someone's better than someone, or it doesn't mean, like, this is business. We want to be successful in this business. This is what we need to do, and this is how we need to do it. I feel, I don't know, I guess it may be surprising, but we just don't have that many issues. It's definitely a very positive and happy environment.
Yeah, like different perspectives are okay, but you've always both got the right intentions.
Yeah,
like you both want the business to do well. So it's
Same
healthy to
end
clash.
game.
You need different opinions, but yeah, same end game.
Yeah.
Talk to, like, I obviously know how busy you are working with you for EHP, but maybe talk to the people a little bit about what a typical day is for you. I know there's a lot of early starts, training the girls, and then you're sponsored by EHP and a couple of other companies, getting content and keeping up to date with all your social platforms. And I guess at what point did leaving uni and starting your business, but at what point did your social start to take off and that start as a bit of a brand?
So for me, I've grinded hard for 3 years. I was up at, like, a typical day, used to be for me, up at 4 a.m. I would train 3 classes. I would then, at this stage, I think I was still prepping, so then I would train myself, I'd go home. This is when I was really trying to grow my online. So I'd do my online at that stage. I was just starting with the EHP Lab, so I was trying to do my content for them. It's all a learning process. And then I'd be back in the afternoon taking one-on-ones, and then I would also take another class in the afternoon, probably finishing up at like 8:30, then jumping on my laptop, doing emails. We have Facebook forums. We have, it's a non-stop job. So for me, back then, every day I had no time for anything else. I don't even think I really partied for 3 years. And I'm a young girl, but I had like a goal. I know what I wanted, and that's what I guess I put all my time into. Whereas now, like, that hard work has paid off, and we have successfully grown our online. So now we have, as I said, we have people working for us. I can now take my time and focus purely on, social media, content, YouTube. Like, it allows me to now free up a lot of time to work with my sponsors, travel, produce better content, it just, I guess, allows...
Time's more flexible, but it's definitely just as busy.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. But it's just a different sort of busy.
Yeah.
Taking classes is very tiring, very taxing on the body, especially if you're trying to prep as well. So we have kind of moved our focus of our business more to online now, but we still do have a local thing that Emma takes back home. So she's up 3 mornings a week at 4 a.m.
Yeah, 3 mornings a week. We have a lot of girls there who we do really
and have been
love and have been with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's not something we want to drop completely, just because they do love their sessions and we love training them. And
we have a really nice community. It's a very good feel. So I'll sometimes hop up and go to the class with the girls. I think people always look at brands, and I feel like sometimes they lose sight in what's most important, which is your current clientele. They are who grow your brand. They are who talk. That community there is what's going to grow your brand. Where so many people are looking at external factors or people who aren't with them, rather than focusing on who they do have, which I think, in my opinion, is what is most important. And for us, what has grown my brand. For someone with a smaller following, I guess, in comparison to a lot of fitness models out there, we have such a strong community, and our girls are so engaged with our community, and we are so engaged with them. And to me, that is what I've always wanted. That was my end goal. That's my vision. So now it's just sort of growing and maintaining that for them. How can we keep adding value to them? Like,
he's taking on any guys, because I feel like I'm on a really good journey, and I want to be in this group. Like you don't take on guys, like,
no,
especially over 40 that are over there.
I've had a couple workouts from Rachel. I'll tell you what, not bad.
But I like, because I can feel their passion there.
But like, this is probably like the
girls.
prime example of a lot of people come to me, especially, and ask, how do I grow my following? I want more followers. I want to be a fitness model. But this is probably the perfect example of how to do it. There was never the goal of wanting to have followers or wanting to become like an Instagram model. It was always doing what you're passionate about and doing what you love. And the number of people that are following on that journey is irrelevant, because the right people are attracted. It's contagious when you're that passionate about it. So for people listening, like, you have to do that. Don't try and do something for the sake of it or for how it looks.
And don't try to imitate. I think so many people, I've heard girls say, "Oh, I'm copying this person." It's like, you're never going to be that person. Be you. And I think, like, so many girls will message and be like, how do I grow my social media? I'm like, number one, like, what is your goal in this? Like, is your goal literally to have followers? So I'm sorry, like, to me, like, why would I want to follow someone?
There's no
whose,
sense.
goal is just to have
and
to have followers.
There's no criteria. Like I met Rachel for a
it's-
project outside of EHP. How many followers did you have then? Not many. Maybe like 10 or 20,000.
Yeah.
Or like she was relatively small, but after like spending a week with her, I was like, wow, like we need to sponsor this girl. Like she's exactly what people should be in the fitness industry for. She wants to add value. She wants to teach her training methods to other people, and there's probably no one on our team that's like more passionate than her.
How has like EHP helped
Oh.
grow your brand?
So, honestly,
Firstly, like none of this is possible without OxyShred.
yeah.
Those 4 hours
Those early
of
mornings, I'm telling ya.
Oxyshred.
Oxyshred, passion fruit.
Passion fruit. OxyShred passion fruit, guys. If you want to be like these girls,
You need to be
and you want to
Rachel
start,
10. Rachel 10.
so if you want to start at EHP, you got to talk about OxyShred first.
Yeah, I thought I'd just jump in and say.
No, mate, it's my favourite go-to
It
for
is.
these interviews as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm half asleep when I'm awake. Now
Yeah, no, but really, for the people listening, you know, what ways has
Yeah.
it been able to support you?
EHP Labs, what I liked about them was, number one, I do genuinely like their products. I was using them before. But for me, it was, they allowed me a lot of exposure. So they took me to expos. They had me meet other people within the industry, which is what I found most valuable. I made a lot of friendships through EHP Labs, networking, meeting other athletes. They helped, I guess, just with exposure, probably more than anything. But I don't know, it's more like, I don't really look at my sponsors as like, how can I work, how can you benefit me? I'm like, how can we benefit each other? How can we work together to do what I want to do, which is like provide my girls with good products. We both have the same vision to help and to inspire people. They're not all about money or I really liked when I met Katie. I liked what their vision was for EHP Labs, and it really was the same as what I want to do within the fitness industry. And I guess it's more the passion and like the love, and like it's such a family environment. Like you can ask anyone. I wouldn't if I wasn't with EHP Labs, I wouldn't sign with anyone else. Like I can honestly say that, just because for me it's not, I don't like need a sponsor. It's they can give my girls great products and they can add value to my brand, and I think I can add value to theirs. So that's how I sort of look at EHP Labs. And honestly, WBFF helped me a lot with my growth,
It did.
my business. The federation is up and coming. It's like growing more and more each year. But for me, it was like, people love to follow a journey, and that's another thing. I know I follow people and it's so much more interesting. Like, for example, Lauren, like I love following her heavy lifting, because I'm like, to me that's so inspirational. I love to see how she gets there, how she strategizes it. Same with Hattie's training methods. I like to follow someone for a reason. So with the WBFF, not just competing with them, but the journey. People love to follow your journey. And I found doing that and then, going overseas and competing with them really helped with my business growth. Again, because I think it was genuine. Like,
Plus
I loved
networking,
it.
meeting new people,
Yeah.
pushing your body to a
Yeah.
point where you literally have never done it before, the emotions that come with that, being able to tell people about that, share, because everyone's on some sort of fitness journey. So sometimes it's great for people to be able to relate to you and see that you are going through an emotion, or that something's hard, or because a lot of people think that we don't struggle, but it's genetics, we just get this but when you're prepping and you can actually show emotion and that this is hard work and that you have to put the effort in, and that you don't always feel like training, or you don't want to eat prep food all the time, and you can show people that people can really relate, and you can also show people that it can be done and achieved in a healthy way, which is even more so because there's a lot of stereotypes behind prep and how you have to prep.
I think that's a big one too, is like be relatable for girls who want
It's
to
interesting
be on
to say
social
about,
media.
for you guys, it's more about the relationships you build.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
100%, yeah.
Like the relationships you build is
Yeah.
part of your success, and that's probably the thing that you remember the most.
Relationships are everything.
It's funny, when we were talking to Lauren, we were talking about competing against you, and it's funny, she was like, she really likes you that much that she doesn't care who wins.
Yeah.
So like you guys have, like you talked about Hattie and you talked about Lauren, and you're more interested in
Oh,
building relationships, which I think is the biggest thing.
100%.
Like for you, like when I look at you girls, it's the biggest thing that sets you apart from a lot of people that we kind of talk to, and I think that's the biggest part of your success.
I think a lot of girls, and they're so they're so focused on, unfortunately, themselves and that competitiveness that they miss the big goal, which is like, yeah, okay, you're great on your own, but together you're so much stronger. So, you know, we all have strengths, like me, Lauren, Hattie, Emma, we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. So together combined, we're better than we are alone. And I think that's where a lot of girls, and it's hard, you know, it is a very competitive industry, but I think if you can look past that and look at the bigger picture, you're going to be a lot more successful. And I guess that's something I've definitely learned over the years.
Plus, success at the end of the day is only great if you have people to share it with.
Yeah.
And it sounds really corny, but it is actually so legit. Like, if you reach a point and you turn around and there's sort of no one there to share it with, what does it mean anyway? So being able to build friendships and relationships and have these people around you that support you and that are there through it all means so much more than the actual, like, success on your own, if that makes any sense.
That's definitely true. I mean, even our relationship with the HP, mine and Clayton's, our relationship means more than what we do.
Oh yeah.
And it's that journey that we're on, and it's so good and so refreshing that you girls talk about that, because I think a lot of people need to hear that, because a lot of people are just out there competing against other people and trying to trample over them, and not looking at what the real fulfillment is within that journey. And by you girls talking about that, you know, for a lot of people aspiring to be like you girls, they can look at the substance of what it really takes to become the person that they want to become, and also have a good time through that journey.
Yeah, there's like two types of people, I think, like two ways of going up anyway. You can go up and you can really like bring people up with you and like enjoy that experience, or there's other people that will push themselves up by pushing other people down. But
Definitely.
these guys are definitely doing their best to take a lot of people along with that journey and just add value and help people to fulfill what they want to do through fitness, which is amazing. But I think we'll wrap it up.
One more question.
One more
I just
question.
want to- there's a lot of young people that look up to you girls. I mean, I know my girls do. And my wife, because she's a bit out of the hill, but that's not love her as well, I love her a lot. But anyway, but you got to be honest, true, yeah?
Susie pops it for you.
Otherwise she gives it to me. She gives as good as she takes. But if there's a lot of young people listening to this, right, and they want to become, you know, and have, you know, some of the success you girls have got, what does it take? Like, what kind of commitment do you have to have? And we talked about the relationships that you have to have in order to get to where you need to be. But what does it really take? Like you girls, before you started, you wouldn't have known what it was
No,
going to take,
I used
right?
to look at fitness models and be like, they must have been lucky, it must have been a good time.
Well, that's good. I want to hear that.
Yeah,
You know,
literally. I
yeah.
used to think, like, for example, Kaylee, it seems she got in a good time. You don't understand how much hard work it takes. And I, for example, I have worked every single day for the past 3 to 4 years on creating what I wanted to create. But in saying that, from the start, I think it's really important, number one, to have a vision. Number two, you're going to be doing a lot of free stuff. So if this is what you want, get a part-time job. It might not be your full-time thing at the time. Take every opportunity you get. If you need to fly to the Gold Coast and be at an event, to be seen, to network, like as I said, relationships, very important, be there. You know, spend the money, invest the money. And then on top of that, like, you need to understand that there's thousands of other girls out there that want to do the exact same thing. So what are you going to do, or what will you do
That's different.
So stop trying to be other people, stop looking on someone else's Instagram and copying every post they do. Like, be creative, be innovative, you know. I think you need to be extra. You need to be something more than the average, which means working hard. It's hard work. You're not going to be able to go party every weekend with your friends. You're not going to be able to, you know, you do have to go above and beyond. And I guess I can honestly say, because I was that girl who was like, they're just lucky. Like, they're not lucky. They've worked their ass off for where they are. And I think you need to understand that that's what you're going to have to do. So.
And there are definitely going to be days where you feel like you just...
you feel like you haven't progressed.
Yeah.
You know, I still, like, I'll get down on myself and be like, you know, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. But I think that's also when you got to step back and be like, well, I always say to myself, Rachel, 3 years ago, if you were looking at yourself right now, would you be happy? I'd be ecstatic. because you know I've achieved so much that I could only have dreamed of. So at the same time, I think you gotta appreciate.
Remember why you love it.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a love for it.
Yeah.
Remember why you did it, passion, all that sort of stuff. It honestly makes a massive difference.
Yeah, but you're always gonna have to hold yourself at a high expectation to achieve. Yeah.
Well wrapped up. That's perfect.
Very good.
Thanks, girls.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate your
being
time. I know he's limited because Clayton's always
Got him on a tight schedule.
tight schedule. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you guys being here, and we may see you guys in Sydney soon.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.